Well, hello there and welcome back, you lovely lot. Today we've got a galaxy style inspired design for you. Now my daughter had a, what do you call it, travel mug that she takes to work and it leaks everywhere, and a friend came at the weekend and brought her a new one, and it is the most gorgeous like lilac and pink galaxy design all over it. And I just thought to myself, oh, that would look ace on a nail. Do you ever see anything and your instant thought is, that'd be nice on a nail design, that? Oh, I could do some stuff with that anyway. So that's where this came from. I've got to tell you the truth, guys. I started this design and if it could go wrong, it went wrong. It really, really did. So Moyra picked out a couple of pinks, a couple of lilacs, a couple of blues, the extension powder and the clear, and I'm doing this and I fade it all out at the back, and I'm like, oh, I need a white, I need you know, Moyra white. So I turned around because the pots are in drawers all at the side of me, takes the lid off the white, and in slow motion in front of me it slipped out of my hands and snowed white acrylic all over the floor. And I was like, no! And it just went wrong. And then after that, it really did. Started to do the smile line, it was going wrong, it wouldn't go right. I've left it in, you know. At the end of the day, I turned around, ignored the snow behind me all over, and I thought, no, I've started, so I'll finish. So I just continued. It was just like, put me in a foul mood, I'm not going to lie. I was like, you're kidding, right? Do you know what I mean? It was just one of them mornings where if it could go wrong, it went wrong. So I thought I'd just sit and have a play, but I should not have at all. I should have just sat in front of the telly and kept away from everything, really, or something like that. I don't know what I should have done, but picking up my acrylic brush was not a wise decision to make. Anyway, so I've left that smile line and I will file that in later. Meanwhile, I am doing a look. I mean, I've pulled it right out the cuticle area. Numpty. This is what I mean by, you know, it just, if it went wrong, if it could go wrong, it went wrong. And trust me, it did. So I fixed that on the little finger and I thought I'll just leave that to set up. And all I kept thinking to myself was, concentrate, Trey. Just keep your eye on the ball and concentrate, because now I need to go in with the design. Now I need my wits about me and slipping acrylic, pulling acrylic out from the cuticle area. You know, it's not on the agenda today, Trey. Behave yourself, yeah? So, first of all, I'm going to flick between these two fingers, and I'm not doing any pattern. I'm not doing anything. It's random. It's totally random. I am going in with a dark and a light purple, a dark and a light blue, same for the pink. And what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to do marbling, I am not going to do it in a stripe, I'm just going to do it random because I don't want a pattern. I was looking at this mug and it just blends, everything just ombres and blends. So what I decided to do is pick up teeny tiny beads, wet beads of Moyra acrylics that's super pigmented. I picked up the metallic ones and I picked up the shimmery ones. I also come in with a pigment, which is a pink pigment. It's white but it like shimmers pink, and I also use some laser stars. I'm going for really subtle, this is the pigment now, really subtle design. I don't want it to look marbled, I don't want it to look, I'll tell you what, I've got a Galaxy set of nails, proper Galaxy, black with the nebulas in and everything, that I absolutely love. Because Galaxy to me, you know, it is dark, it is black and navy, and whereas if I think of the lighter shades, I think of what's it called, Northern Lights. But that's me, that's just, you know, this is me, my design, my interpretation of how it is. So anyway, I just inspired by this mug totally. So I've put the darker pink, the dark purple and blue on the middle finger I'm working on now, and I've put a couple on stripes. I've put the pink just to the left. Then I'm coming in with Swan Lake and Metal Rose, which are the paler pinks. They are metallic, and one is shimmery, and I'm putting that in the centre. So this cup had a centre of white, or like a really, really pale pink, and it sped out to a lilac, to a dark purple, to a pale blue, to a darker blue, you know, and the darker shades were on the outside and it faded in to the pale. So that's what I was going for. So I was going to put the pale in the middle of this nail and then work outwards with the different shades, some bigger than others, thread through the pigment, and then on top of that put on the laser stars. So that's my train of thought. I was just randomly putting it on. I was tapping it out with my brush. It wasn't soaked in monomer, but it did have monomer in it because I want to blend it out. I wanted that ombre sort of look. So this is where you see me keep going backwards and forwards and going into it. I want to see it set up. Because I'm only really using small beads, I'm going to watch it set up on the ring finger and then see if I need to go back in with some more. I don't want it too prominent. I don't want it in your face. I want a really delicate Galaxy style nail. That's what I'm going for. So that's why I'm flicking between the two fingers, because I don't want the colour to be too intense, too bright, but I also don't want it, you know, so that you can't even tell what colour it is. So this is why I'm going between the two. This is why I might add a little bit more in areas, or go back on top, or put the darker around the edges a little bit more. I'm winging it. That's what I'm doing. I'm winging it, and I'm just seeing what effects I can get, tapping it out with my brush, ombreing it through, and seeing if I like it. You'll see me twisting the finger. I'm looking at it, and I'm making decisions as and when I'm going, just dipping in the pots. I will list everything that I've used today down below. Now I've just talked solidly for like most of this video, so I'm just gonna give you guys a break and let you watch. This is all in real time, so I'll just leave this with you. So here you can see me doing a really thin wash of clear acrylic, so I can come in with some of these really small lasers. I'm picking them out. So I've put some in a little tray, you'll see in a minute. I've put some in a tray and I've wiggled them about because I just want the really small ones. I'm going for a really delicate design. So I'll do that on both nails. So once I've finished with those two middle fingers, I then clear cap them, and then I file this smile line to get that nice sharp chevron shape before coming and doing exactly the same with all these acrylics on the tip area. So I go in with the blue on one side, purple on the other, because they're the darkest shades. I think that that gives a more defined look when you have a dark shade up against a smile line like that, or a vibrant white. You know, it really makes it stand out. So that's what I wanted to do here. Then what I'll do is fade it down before coming in with all those colours again and having the same sort of effect. So I'm going to do a galaxy tip. So to finish off this tip, I will put those lasers on. I worked really thinly because I will need to clear cap that. And then I'm moving on to the last finger here, which is the little finger. I'm going to do exactly the same, working on the tip area. Coming in with those darker colours on the edges. Teeny tiny beads, exactly the same as I've done on the other nails. I'm just incorporating it in a slightly different way. Instead of having 4 nails, we're having 2 tips and 2 full nails. Like I say, just randomly popping those colours on, not in any particular way. Tap 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 helps to fade it and merge it into each other. Then coming in with that pigment, I'm just going to put pigment along where that colour meets that strength powder. And then I'll come in with those laser stars on the tip just to finish it off. Then I will clear cap all of these nails, file and buff them into shape. Now it's time to rub over with acetone just to smooth over that top surface, get the dust off. So the thing with these silicone hands, they attract all the dust. I've got glitter on there from like 3 days ago, and believe it or not, I washed it. I know, I think it must have flicked up off the towel or something. Anyway, artisan gel paints in white. We're just going to add a few dots and laser stars in the brilliant white just to finish off this design, and I'll do that on the tips of the little finger and the pointer finger, and then obviously more on the 2 middle fingers that's got the full galaxy style design on it. So I do exactly the same on all of these nails, but I've not left it all in. I will then come in with the top coat after I have fully cured that white artisan gel paint in the lamp. And then guys, that's the end of the video. So I really do hope you've enjoyed this little nail art design today. If you have, would you take a moment and please hit that thumbs up? And if you're not subscribed already, I would absolutely love it if you would. I'd like to thank you so very much for tuning in today and watching. Everything is listed below, but if you do have any questions or comments, please pop them below. I love hearing from you and I do try to answer you all. Thanks for watching guys, until next time, bye.